Hello, this is Dr. Brown, and in this video, we're going to start our probability unit. It's on page 279 to 282 in your textbook. We're going to start off with some simple definitions. The results of an experiment is called an outcome. An event is any particular outcome or group of outcomes. A simple event is an event that cannot be broken down further. A sample space is a set of all possible simple events. Here's just an example. When you roll a die, the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You can see that clearly looking at the 6 sides of a die, and you see a pair of dice here that I'm sure you probably played in a game before. When you draw a single card from a standard 52 card deck, the sample space is a set of 13 values. And that would be ace, king, queen, jack, all the way down to 2 for each of the 4 suits, which are spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. Here is just all the 52 cards that are laid out, showing all the possible cards you would have in the deck. And one of the things to note is you've got 12 face cards. And of course you have 4 aces, and you see the other cards numbered 2 through 10. Continuing with the definitions, given that all outcomes are equally likely, we can compute the probability of an event E using the formula. You take the number of outcomes corresponding to the event that you would like to see happen, divided by the total number of equally likely outcomes. Let's go back to our dice. If you roll a 6-sided fair die, calculate the probability of rolling a 6. Well, there are 6 possible outcomes, and the one that you want is rolling a 6 is just one. It would be this one, and the probability would be 1/6. Now, the probability of rolling an odd number would be getting a 1, a 3, or a 5. So there are 3 of those out of the 6 total possibilities. So the probability of rolling an odd number is 3 out of 6 equals 1/2. Now, getting back to a standard deck of cards, calculate the probability of drawing the queen of diamonds. Since there's only one queen of diamonds, the probability of drawing the queen of diamonds is 1 out of 52. The probability of drawing a 4, there are 4 4s corresponding to the 4 suits. So the probability is 4 out of 52, which can be reduced to 1/13. Now, a ball is drawn randomly from a jar that contains 6 red marbles, 2 white marbles, and 5 yellow marbles. Find the probability of the given event. A red marble is drawn. How many red marbles do you have? You have 6. And looking at how many total marbles you have, you have 6 plus 2 plus 5, which is 13 marbles. So the probability would be 6 out of 13. The probability of drawing a white marble, you got only 2 white marbles, so the probability would be 2 out of 13. And on the next page in your notes, I have the same information. Another definition: a possible event has a probability, an impossible event has a probability of 0. So if there's an event that can't happen, the probability is 0. A certain event has a probability of 1. In other words, if you're sure that a probability that the event will happen, like the sun will come up tomorrow, the probability is 1. So the probability of an event, E, it's got to be between 1 and 0. It'll never be 1.2 or 3.0 or 100 or over 100%. Another definition: the complement of an event is the event E does not happen. So if E happens, its complement is that E does not happen. And sometimes we use notation E with a bar over it, meaning that the event did not happen. So the probability of the event not happening is 1 minus the probability of the event happening. So keep this in mind. Probability of an event is equal to 1 minus the probability of event not happening, and the probability of an event not happening is 1 minus the probability of the event. Now, suppose you had a 12-sided die, which I have never seen. What's the probability of getting a number other than 8? Well, the probability of getting a number other than 8, first of all, you can do it this way. You can say, well, the probability of getting an 8 is 1 out of 12. So the probability that you don't get an 8 is 1 minus 1/12, which is 11/12. Now, obviously, you can also say the probability of not an 8, there are 11 possibilities that are not 8 on this 12-sided die. So the probability of not an 8 is 11/12. So you can work it either way. Now we get into the definition of odds. Odds is a ratio of the probability that a particular event will occur to the probability that it will not occur. And we always express odds in simplest form. So the odds for an event E is a ratio of probability of E to the probability of not E. The odds against an event E is a ratio of probability of not E to probability of E. It's best shown by an example. Suppose a card is drawn randomly from a standard 52 card deck. Find the following: the odds in favor of drawing a face card. Now you can remember there are 12 face cards. So the probability of drawing a face card is 12 out of 52. Probability of face card is 12 out of 52. The probability of not a face card is going to be the other 40 cards divided by 52. So you can calculate that as 12 over 52 divided by 40 over 52, And of course, to divide by 40 over 52, you flip the denominator over and multiply. And that gets to be 12 out of 40, which we reduce to 3/10. So the odds are 3 to 10. Now the odds against drawing a face cards are the odds of not is equal to the probability of not getting a face card, which is 40 over 52, divided by the probability of getting a face card, which is 12 over 52. And now you get 40 over 52 times 52 divided by 12. And the answer is 40/12 reduced to 10/3. So it's the odds are 10 to 3 against drawing a face card. Note the odds are always expressed as integers, and I want to show you how you can make sure that it always comes out to be an integer. The probability of it occurring is probability of E is 0.85, suppose. The probability of not E is 1 minus 0.85. So the odds in favor of this event would be 0.85 divided by 0.15, which is 85 over 15, equals 17/3. And that is 17 to 3. And notice what was done here. You can't say the odds are 0.85 to 0.15. You want to make the odds have to be all integers. So what I did here was multiply 0.85 by 100 and get 85, multiply by 0.15 by 100 and get 15, and then reduce this to the lowest terms, still maintaining integers. The odds against event E would be the probability against that, which would be 0.15, to the probability that the event occurs is 0.85, and here you get 15 over 85, which is 3/17, which is an odds of 3 to 17. So in homework, if you have P as a decimal, you'll have to be sure you have integers in the final probability ratio. And that is the first section on probability.